Welcome back, YouTube. Well, guess what we're doing today? We are building top feeder boxes for our hives. Really simple. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we're back and welcome to Fern Valley Farms YouTube channel. On this channel, we're pure country. Today we're back down in the wood shop. We are doing stuff for our beehives. I am building top feeder boxes. These things are really simple to make. I like to use these top feeders on my beehives. These things work really well. You could put almost 2 gallons of sugar syrup in either side of this, and these things are really nice. The bees, when it sits in here, you know, this goes on top of your hive. Obviously, the bees can come right up through here, right into that screen, and they can drink the sugar syrup, and they can't get in here. This is a whole other video, actually, but that's what I like about these. These top feeders are really nice. There's all kinds of feeders you could use, but like I said, that's a whole different subject. So what we're doing right now is we're building these top feeders, and all I'm using is 1x6. Just it's not the quality lumber. It's like the construction lumber. Any of the stores sell it. If you buy the quality, you pay a little bit more money. It's pretty much the same thing. The only little trick you have to worry about is when you buy this stuff, and if you got a table saw, you can't see it, or a miter box, you can't see those over here. When you cut this stuff, you want your edges cut perfectly. But sometimes when you cut this stuff, when you line it up, like obviously one board is going to be exactly the same. Like you take if you have 2 of these and you cut all your pieces, when you go to put this together, make sure the top part of this is perfectly flat. Okay, you might be off a little bit, like on this one here you can't see it. It's maybe off a 1/16 of an inch, because each board isn't cut exactly perfect. If you spend double the money and get the quality lumber, then you'll get perfect boards, but you don't have to do that. The construction grade works just fine. Just make sure it's straight when you buy it. You know, look down the side, make sure it's not all curvy, you know, or it's not warped. And it works just fine. But like the trick to it is when you put it together, make sure your top surface is perfectly flat. If you're off a 1/2 on the bottom, that's fine, because when it's sitting on top of, let's pretend like this is a hive body. This is actually a ventilation box. When it's sitting on here, if you've got a small gap here somewhere, the bees will propolize it. The reason I'm emphasizing that it's perfectly flat on top, because when you put this thing on, and you can see how nice it sits right in there. If you're off, if you got a gap, the bees will find their way from underneath this thing, and they'll come out and they'll go inside your top feeder and they'll drown. Or you can, so you want to make sure it's perfectly flat on top. The bees could, if there's any little space, they're going to find it and they're going to come up inside of it. So that's the only little trick. But these things are so simple to build. If you've got the equipment to do it, and you want to play down in your shop, go ahead and build it yourself. You'll save yourself a lot of money. And this is really easy. I just take the boards. I'm going to show you how I just tack this together really fast. I just get the outside situated. I just kind of start the nails. I do have a jig that I made to put these things in, so it'll hold the box perfectly flat. But what you can do, this is how I do it. I'm going to just stand this up. I'll usually if you get like a little rough cut here somewhere, I'll put that on the inside. I just want the outside to look nice, because then when you paint it, it'll just look really nice. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand this up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. You always want to glue it, and I use this this Tidal Bond Premium Glue. This stuff is really nice, and it's waterproof. This stuff holds up really well. I'm going to use this to brace this, because it's not going to stand. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand. You got to be careful too if you got knots. Obviously, you can't nail into a knot. So if you've got a knot in your board, put your nail over here. You're not going to nail into that. And there's a knot on this end too. And this is what you kind of get when you buy the construction type lumber. You get the knots. I kind of like the knots. I like the look that it gives. So anyways, I'm just going to stand this thing up just like this. I'm going to set that on there. I do have a jig that I use. but it's buried, and this works just as fast. Just set it on top of here. Here again, make sure you're flush exactly right here. And this one happens to be fine on the other side too. Make sure you're flush. There's a live blooper right there. See that? Put that back on there. Put this back here. We'll just get it started. And tap it. The other side, I'm going to put some glue. A little glue on here. Like I said, don't nail in the knot, because you're not going to, and I have to pull that nail out. I started that nail, but I didn't realize there was a knot there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this one lined up perfectly flush. I'm going to start another nail right there. And we're flush there. We're flush there. It's in. Make sure that's flush there. And I need my other tool, so hang on a minute here. Let me grab, like I said, when I started that nail, I didn't realize there was a knot there. If I try and nail that in, it's not going to go. It'll just crack the wood. So what I'm going to do, put another one here. This one here. Make sure we're lined up straight. You want to put 3 nails in. For the video here, I'm just going to do the 2 for right now. Flip it over. And I'm probably going to have to move another one of those nails, because like I said, I wasn't looking here when I seen the knot. You can still glue it. The glue will hold, but the nail's not going to hold. And actually, I got lucky. That's going to go right there and right there. Put that right up on top. This is my top on this side. A lot of times what I'll do, and I'll show you actually here in a minute, what I'm going to do. Get this lined up here. And I'm going to put a nail right there because that knot is there. Normally I would start at the corner. Like I said, I don't want to put that one there. We'll put this one right there. Make sure we're flush. And that's it. This one here. I'm going to turn that in just a little bit. This one's got to fight me. There we go. One more nail and I'll show you guys. That's it. See how easy that was? 1x6. Give you an idea, a 1x6 by 12 will build you 2 of these. When I'm doing video, you can see my mess here. I'll show you in a second. I've got lumber all cut for supers, for deeps, ventilation boxes. I'll do a video on each one of these. I just wanted to kind of get the lumber cut. But a 1x6, 1x8, 1x10, 1x12, by 12 will give you 4 boxes. So this was a 1x6 by 12. This is giving me 2 of these. And that's it. You see how easy that was? And then all you do, you take this, boom, it slips right in there. See that? How nice that is? And then from the bottom, the bees can get in here, and then they come up through that gap in the middle, come through the screen. There you go. Real easy, not too tough. What I like to do, and these tops are perfectly flat, and this board here, the bottoms, they're off maybe by a half a 16th. Got any excess glue, you can take your corner joints, just kind of rub them smooth. That's it. What I like to do, let me grab it. I like to take a marker. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. My marker here. I just put an arrow on the inside of the box. That's why I know which end is up. Like on this box here, this actually came off the Hive. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it, but I've got arrows on the inside of this. All I'm going to do, since this is going to be my top, I just draw a mark. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. Well, yeah, right there. I just draw an arrow so I know that's up. So when I go to put this on the hive, that top goes up. Put this on top of your hive. Voila! Not too tough. That's it. So I'm going to get a bunch of these made. I just want to do a video real quick and show you guys how to do this. This is so simple. Do it yourself. Save yourself a bunch of money. If you don't have a miter box, you can use a power saw. Just make sure you got your lines nice. Just use a square, which I don't have sitting right here. I do, but where is it? My shop is a mess, but I know where everything's at. Take yourself a square. You know, if you're going to cut your boards, get yourself a square. It'll give you a perfectly straight line. If you want to make sure your lines are straight, this way it'll all fit together really nice. Now on this box here, which I noticed, no, we're good actually. So we're good. That's it. Okay, and one other thing you could add to these boxes once you've got them built is you could put handles on them. Real simple. I don't have a tool. Like when you buy store-bought boxes, they come with the notch already pre-cut in there. I don't have, I mean, I've got a router, but to cut that big giant gap in there, I'm not going to mess with that. Save your scrap lumber, and I'm going to show you in another video where you can get all these handles from. And it won't cost you a dime because you've already got the wood. Real simple. Just put this on there wherever you want. You can put it right in the middle. If you want it in the middle, you want it at the bottom, you want it at the top. I usually just put them right about the middle. I'm not going to put these on yet. But I'm just going to obviously put a bead of glue on here. I'm going to put that on just like that. I'm going to flip this over, lay it on the table, nail, you're done. Your box has got its handles on it. I had to readjust some of my handles last year because of the way my roof was sitting. I had my handles too high. I don't have any. Well, you can see in my other videos, I make my own peaked roofs with the shingles on it. It just looks really nice. And this time of year when the snow is sitting on your top of your hive, it's not sitting flat. The peaked roof is sliding off. And you can see the video on that. So when I put these handles on last year, I had some of these a little bit too high. So when the roof sat, because this is obviously, this is the last box on your hive, so this sat and the roof sat on top of this. Well, this was too high up here. The roof wasn't sitting flush all the way. The roof wasn't sitting all the way down like it should have. And I had bees coming up and trying to get inside, so I just popped the handles off really quick. And when I was done with the feeders, I took them off. I'm just going to readjust them. But these are really simple to make. I will show you where your scrap comes from for this. Because when you buy your wood to cut for your boxes, whether you're doing deeps or supers, you're going to have scrap. So save all your scrap. I don't know if you can see behind me here. I got all kinds of stuff. And it just saves you a lot of money in buying your lumber. So just wanted to throw that one little thing in there for you guys. Just if you want to put handles on, put handles on. Like I said, when the box is full, it's just easier to lift it. Instead of trying to grab it with nothing to grab, you got handles. You can lift the whole thing up, set it down. If you're doing an inspection or whatever, you can just lift the whole thing up, set it down, pick it back up, put it back on. Okay, so that's it. Just wanted to kind of throw that one more little thing in on top of that. So, like I said, hopefully you like the video. Please subscribe, support the channel. There's a little bell next to the button, or next to the subscribe button. Click that bell. You'll get a notification every time I make a video. So until next time, YouTube, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.